Hello, everyone. Welcome back to this Zen with Saj podcast. It is I, your host, sajeedahdahliah. And today, before we begin with the episode, I want to apologize for taking time to record this episode. I've been so overwhelmed with school since we resumed this new year. It's been so crazy. We have exams coming up in 2 weeks, so I'm still trying to wrap my head around that. I'm semi prepared, but then I need to prepare more, and then I have projects that need to be done and submitted. Just a lot of things. So I'm trying to manage my time as best as I can, so that I don't break down. Because I feel like I am on the verge of breaking down. I feel like I'm just going to cry any instant because everything is just crazy. Anyways, guys, I have good news. The sisters that were kidnapped have been released, Alhamdulillah, even though we lost one of the sisters last week, Friday, I think. But then, Alhamdulillah, the rest of the sisters have been released and they're back with their family. That is something to be happy about. And you guys should try and be safe because Abuja is scary right now. Not scary, but then it's not safe and anything can happen. So try your best to be conscious of your surroundings whenever you go out and pray as well because prayers go a long way. I don't know if you guys can tell from my voice, but I'm so exhausted. I don't even know what's going on with me. The whole thought of exams is just making me go I don't even want to say it's making me go crazy, but then it's actually really exhausting. And it always happens to me when I'm this close to exam because for like let's say 3 weeks to exam, I will be so tired and just confused and just really overwhelmed. It's so bad. Then 2 weeks to exam. By then I've done my study timetable for exam because my study timetable for normal school is different from the one for exams. And then I've started preparing and everything. Then a week to exam, I'm like so chill. I'm like, please, I'm just going to go through this like it's nothing. So this is the week that it's just terrible for me. And inshallah, I'm going to come out of this and next week is going to be better because today I was thinking of writing my timetable. But then I'm here recording this episode for you guys because I can't be inconsistent with this podcast. I don't want to be inconsistent with this podcast. Anyways, I'm talking too much. So now let us get on with the episode. Today we are going to be talking about letting go. Yes, letting go. A lot of us need to let go of so many things. So I'm going to highlight some of the things that are in our lives that we need to let go of because we are trying to grow and we are trying to unlock our full potential. And letting go of things that do not serve you is very crucial for your personal growth. So the first one I'm going to be talking about is the need for approval. A lot of the time, we seek validation and approval from people, from our friends, our family, our classmates, or society in general. It's okay to seek support and encouragement sometimes. It's natural, everyone does it. But then when you rely excessively on the opinions and approvals of others, it can limit your personal growth and it limits fulfillment as well. Like I said, it's okay once in a while to ask your friends maybe their opinion on something you're doing. But then when you depend entirely on their opinion and you're not confident in what you're doing, you're most likely going to fail. Because if you're going to do something and you want it to succeed, confidence is very key in that process. When you have this desire for approval from others, it may result in you suppressing your true self, your true nature, just because you want to fit in. And when you are always doing this, you're not going to be able to express yourself genuinely. And basically, you're just going to lack authenticity. If there's one thing you should be scared of, is lacking authenticity, because authenticity is what makes you you. I once spoke about it in one of my episodes. I spoke about how each person is different, how we don't think the same way, how we don't even look alike. We might look alike to an extent, but I don't think we 100% look like each other. We do not. So when you lose your authenticity, you're most likely going to have an identity crisis. This is when you get confused about yourself and your values and your goals because you're too busy seeking validation from other people and focusing less on what you actually want. So, if you know you are someone who is constantly seeking approval from other people, one thing you should focus more on is building your confidence in your ability and decisions. You need to learn to trust yourself to make choices that align with your values and choices that are going to contribute to your personal growth. And as you're building your confidence, you're going to learn to validate and appreciate yourself. I want you to acknowledge your achievements. I've said this before, there's no such thing as little achievements. You woke up, you made your bed, that is an achievement. Let's say you've not been doing it before, but you did it today. That's something you should be proud of. Some people can't even do it. Some people cannot lay their beds. They can't get up and lay their beds. They live it like that. And they come back and they meet it like that. Acknowledge your achievements, your efforts, everything that goes well in your life. It's something that you need to look at and be happy and be like, yes, I did that. This happened to me. That's you validating yourself, and it's very important. And also self reflection. When you understand that your worth is not solely determined by your friends, your family's opinions, but by your own values. So, the next thing we're going to be letting go of is negative self talk. This one, I don't say a lot of people do it, but then I've encountered a lot of people that use their own words to bring themselves down. Maybe you did not do well on a test, then you would start saying, oh, I'm so dumb, I'm so stupid, blah, blah, blah. That is negative self talk. And you don't realize that what you feed yourself can have an impact on your mental well being and overall your self esteem. You know what a boomerang is? A boomerang, when you throw it, it comes back. So that's how negative words are. When you speak them out, they come back, and that is how you become. When you say things like, oh, I'm ugly, you start seeing yourself as ugly because your brain takes in those things you say and it starts to believe it. You take a picture, oh my gosh, I look ugly. You keep saying it anytime you take photos, I look ugly. Your brain is eating it up, and your brain is going to start telling you you look ugly, so you're going to start believing that you're ugly. And also, when you say negative things about yourself to people, they're going to start believing that about you. Maybe you're always saying how you're not confident enough, you can't speak publicly in front of people. Your brain absorbs it, and then you keep believing that you can never overcome your fear of public speaking. And when you tell people that, that's how they're going to start seeing you. They're going to start seeing you as someone who is shy and can't speak publicly. Because most likely they did not notice before you pointed it out and said it yourself. And the more you keep going in circles and keep feeding yourself with negative self talk, your confidence goes down, your stress levels, anxiety levels go up. I've tried my best to emphasize on negativity in a bunch of my episodes because negativity shouldn't have a place in your life. All it's going to do is bring you down. Negativity is very powerful. You don't even realize it. It's one thing for people to feed you with negativity. You can block that one out. It's very easy to block that one out. But imagine feeding yourself negativity. That's a blow. That's bad. Do you even love yourself? It's something we need to be asking ourselves. Do we love ourselves? Because I don't see a reason why you would claim that you love yourself, but then you're still the one causing all this for yourself. So if this is something you are guilty of, you need to start practicing self-compassion. Treat yourself with kindness. If you can treat other people with kindness, yourself should be the first. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to your friend when they are going through the same thing. And I once said it in another episode, affirmations. Affirmations are very important. They do so much for you. They boost your self-esteem and they just make you happier. Feed yourself with positive affirmations. Tell yourself good things. Look at yourself in the mirror. Tell yourself, I look good today. I'm so smart. I can do this. This is not going to be difficult for me. Tell yourself that. And your brain is going to believe it. The next thing we need to let go of is putting ourselves in a box. We need to start thinking outside the box. We need to start dreaming big. If you have something in mind that you want to do and you're very passionate about it, but then because you've not seen anyone around you doing it, then you're like, okay, I'm just going to follow everyone and follow the path of that everyone has taken for themselves. No. Do you think most of these people that are like super rich now got super rich by following the path of other people? No. They realized that that thinking inside the box that everyone was doing was not for them. So they paved their way. They paved it and followed their own path. And look at where they are today. They are successful and they are doing what they have always been passionate about. There's this quote, I don't know where it's from, but I've heard it a lot, and I'm sure a lot of you have heard it a lot as well. It goes by, if your dreams do not scare you, then they are not big enough. If you actually sit down and think about it, this quote is trying to push us. Because the bigger our dreams are, and if they seem even 1% unattainable, we are going to work so hard. We're going to stay committed. We're going to strive just to achieve that dream. And obviously, the process is not going to be easy. It's scary, in fact. It's very scary. The process is scary because majority of the time you're going to be thinking of failure. What if you fail? But then when you're so passionate about it and you just look at the end goal is clear. It's so clear to you. Then you're just like, yes, yes, I don't know. I'm just happy talking about this. It's just like, yes, I'm going to keep working. All the blood, the sweat, the tears, it's not going to be for nothing because the end goal is clear to you. So if you're someone who dreams big or you dream small, close that box. Close it. I want you to close it. Take your tape it, use your stapler, staple the edges, take the box, put it under your bed, and leave it there. In fact, don't put it under your bed. Take it outside and burn that box because we're not going to be thinking inside that box again. We're going to be thinking outside it. Dream big. What you can be, whatever you want to be, as long as it doesn't contradict any of your values or your beliefs. Like there are obviously some things you cannot pursue as a Muslim, but then as long as it doesn't contradict any of that, go go for it. Go for it. The journey is exciting. Trust me. Okay, don't trust me on this because I'm also on my own journey. But then it's exciting. Look at all those people that have made it big. I was reading a particular book written by Steve Harvey. The name of the book is Act Like Success, Think Like Success. I recommend that book for you guys. Check it out, read it. The book is so good. So in the book, Steve Harvey talks about his challenges and what he encountered and things that helped him in his journey to becoming a comedian. He had a set goal. He set his goal right from time. He knew what he wanted to be. And everything he did through his journey was leading up to what he wanted to become. He wanted to become a comedian. He knew it. He knew he was funny. Everyone told him he was funny. So everything he did, he didn't sit down and wait for opportunities to find him. He went out and looked for those opportunities that were going to take him to the place that he wanted to go. Do you think if he put himself in a box and followed the path of other people, aside from the path that he wanted to follow, do you think that he would be the person that he is today or in the place that he is now? No, he wouldn't. He made his choice and he stuck by it till the very end. And look at him now. He is one of the most successful people ever that I have researched. I have not researched a lot of successful people, but then he's someone I have researched and I've read 2 of his books, and they say a lot about the kind of person he is, and a lot of the information that he puts out are really good. The last one I'm going to talk about is we need to let go of those unhealthy relationships. I've emphasized on this in a particular episode that was talking about friendships, relationships that you have with people. But this, I'm going to talk about it again because some of you haven't let go of those unhealthy relationships we have with people. It's time to let go of those toxic friends and relationships that drain your energy and hinder your personal development. It's going to keep dragging you down. It's going to keep making you sad. It's not going to let you shine and be the best version of yourself. It's high time you surround yourself with people who support and uplift you. Yes, it's time. It's time. No more excuses. We're done making excuses. That's another one we need to let go of. Excuses. It's high time we start taking responsibility for our actions and decisions. We need to stop making excuses and instead we need to look for solutions that can bring about that change. You know how excuses go hand in hand with procrastination. You procrastinate, then you make excuses. You want to study, then you make an excuse that, oh, I'll study later. Now, since I'm already lying down, let me use this as my rest time. No, we're done doing that. How do you want to grow? How do you want to be a better person? How do you want to succeed if you're still keeping those in your life? It's time to let go. We're putting them in another box. We're putting those ones in the box, not ourselves. We're putting those in the box and then we are going to tape it and then we're going to burn it. One thing that has helped me with letting go is I like to put myself in an imaginary space. I'll wake up a specific time. I will clean up my space, my room, take a shower, get ready for the day, and I'm going to sit down. When everywhere is clean, everywhere is smelling nice. You know, for me, I can't think or focus when my room is scattered. So everywhere has to be neat and everywhere has to smell nice. So I do that. Then I sit down and I just shake it off. In my head, I'm like, okay, as I'm shaking, I'm letting go of all that negativity. I'm letting go of negative talk. I'm letting go of procrastination. I'm letting go of excuses. It actually helps. And when you breathe, it's like meditation. It's nice. So that's what I do to help me let go of so many things. And you can also try it. Or if you don't want to do that, you can also pray. Pray to God. Talk to God. It does a lot for you. That's like the best thing ever. Because always remember, in this life, only God has your best interest. No one else does. People might say they do, but then they might be lying to you. But then the love that God has for you is unconditional. Because tomorrow, if you make a mistake, you can always go back to Him and seek for forgiveness, and He'll forgive you. Now we are going to round up this episode because I don't like making the episodes long. I don't like talking for too long and I have a lot on my plate. This is 20 minutes gone, I think. So guys, I hope you enjoyed listening to this episode as much as I enjoyed recording it for you guys. I actually enjoyed recording this episode so much. And don't forget to send your reviews. I love reading your reviews. for some time now, I've not been getting a lot of reviews. I've gotten like 4 this past 2 weeks, and I read them, but then I've not been really active on the podcast Instagram page, so I wasn't able to post them there. But then, inshallah, I'm going to do that today, later tonight, inshallah. And you guys can read the reviews as well. But then don't forget to send them in and leave your ratings on Apple Podcasts and Spotify as well, because they really help the show. They boost the show on the charts so that other people can be recommended the show and we can listen to them. I'm talking fast. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in and being patient with me. I really appreciate your patience. And I love you guys so much. I love this podcast space. This is just nice. And also, I love reading your reviews. I'm going to say this again. I love reading your reviews. And have a lovely day. Bye.